Hello, hello, good morning. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Michelle.
Good morning.
Good morning. I've missed you guys.
Same here. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a minute, huh?
I know.
Good morning, Miss Rachel.
Good morning. Michelle, have we met?
Yes, it's been quite a while.
It's been a while. Okay.
Yes.
What have you been up to?
Working this 9 to 5 and in between time trying to connect with you all.
I totally get it. Oh my gosh, but I'm just so happy to see you guys today. It looks like it's just the three of us to start. We typically get a few stragglers hop on within like 10, 15 minutes or so, but we'll go ahead and get started. So remind me, where are you located? Are you in Georgia too, Michelle, or North Carolina?
No, I'm in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And so are you looking to invest in short-term rentals over there? Or are you looking more so around the Southeast area?
Oh, yeah. More so around the South because Southeast, yeah. Because here it's a tough market. It's really, the prices out here are crazy. So, yeah, looking elsewhere.
Gotcha. Do you have something in mind in particular or?
No, not particularly at this time. Just searching, pretty much wherever. It doesn't really matter at this point.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you
So
have a climate that you like beach or snow or skiing or lakes? You're just pretty much open.
I'm pretty much open. Yeah.
Do you have a budget in mind?
I have not decided on a budget, no. I just don't think a Bay Area budget would be good though.
No, a lot of individuals from the Bay Area, they invest in the Southeast. Yeah, the only reason I ask is because your budget is going to kind of determine where you can kind of dive in.
Right. I think as I go along the way with my research and figuring things out, then the budget will come into play as I figure it out and see what's really out there, So I'm just gonna listen in. I gotta go on mute because I'm at work, but I want to definitely hear everything you have to say.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, and I enjoyed that conversation, Michelle, and I think I have something that I'm going to share that is going to be very, very helpful, and I'll go through that as well. Whenever I'm looking to invest, whether my budget is 200K or 300K or 600K, it just depends on the phase of life. But knowing what that budget is, I can then kind of inform myself. So if I'm in a season where it's 600K, well, I can invest in these 3 or 4 markets that I'm interested in. But if my season is in the 200K range, then I'm going to invest, in these other markets. And it's really, really important to nail down the budget that you're comfortable with, nail down your down payment amount. And at that point, you can start to identify markets and kind of exclude markets. And budgets change, some people think they're locked into a budget. But budgets change, right, Debbie? One moment it's one way, and then the next moment, it can be higher or it can be lower, just depending on what's going on in your personal life or what's going on in the market, because there are properties in a particular market that, you would think overall the market is not all that expensive, but when you drill down into what the short-term rentals are actually being valuated at, that is a whole different story is what we're finding. So definitely something to look at. Oh, you're quite welcome, Michelle. All right. So Debbie, what's going on with you, lady? Talk to me.
Hey, so we kind of are at a standstill. We're not sure. We've got like 100K to put down as a down payment somewhere, but all these markets are getting so saturated and expensive, and we are not sure what to do next. Our little Airbnb that's an arbitrage by us is doing really good, but our cabin in Blue Ridge is like not.
Oh no,
it's been slow going. So we're not sure what we wanted to do. Beach next, but we're just not sure.
Okay. So let's take a step back. What's the loan that you got? You said a 2K loan? What's
No,
that?
we've got 100,000 to invest in a property. So that includes furniture
Nice.
and if we need furniture and down payment.
Where'd you get that from? Is just savings and stuff, or was that something, a special something?
It was a good investment my husband did because he's so smart.
Well, tell us about it. We want to be smart too, Debbie.
Oh, he just invested, a little while ago,
Stocks or
5 to
something.
10 years ago
Gotcha.
in the
Okay.
in the market that he's in, antennas and satellites and stuff like that. So he
Ah,
knew the market. So, and we pulled it out as it's going down. So we're ready to get
gotcha.
our next property.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for letting us know. And that's one thing I know Michelle's listening. We're not about that stingy energy. If someone's got 100K, we want to know where it came from, right, Debbie? Because we want to get 100K too. Like, how do we get that? No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you're always, open and I appreciate you sharing information. So I think, yeah. So let's talk about it a little bit, Debbie. Do you know where you're ranking on visibility for short-term rentals? Do you know your rank for the Blue Ridge? Because I want you, okay, first of all, thing number one, go into your Airbnb app if you're able to.
Okie doke. Okay, I'm in my Airbnb app.
Are you on your phone or on the desktop?
I'm on my phone.
Okay. Are you able to go on desktop or no?
I can, but it'll take me a minute.
Okay. I would like you to go on desktop because the first thing I want you to do is check on your opportunities. What % of opportunities are available? Is that something you check regularly?
No.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Sure. No, take your time. And in the meantime, I have some kind of weird thing on my screen that I need to get rid of because I want to share my screen as you're doing it so that.
So the other thing about Airbnb and Vrbo is that at first we got probably half and half bookings from Vrbo and Airbnb. And then I paid the $500 to do the annual subscription. And now we have 0 bookings from Vrbo.
Well, why is that?
I have no idea.
That's bizarre.
It's all Airbnb.
When did you pay it?
Like November.
Oh, that's strange.
Okay, I'm on my desktop.
Okay.
I'm in Airbnb.
Go to Insights.
Insights.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunities.
Yes. What % of opportunities are complete? Or what % does it say there?
It says that 21% has not been complete.
Okay, that's step 1.
Yeah.
So not that you're going to get down. I was just going to say, not that you're going to get down to 0, but I want you to complete as many as reasonable for you, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, well, a couple of them are at a last minute discount, and I do that, but I don't know that Airbnb recognizes it because I do it from Owner Res or Price Labs.
You're not going to get visibility if you don't do it on Airbnb. You have to do it on Airbnb also. So even if it's a small percentage, 1 or 2%, you want to add a last minute discount on Airbnb. Otherwise, Airbnb is not going to give you ranking. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I can do it on Airbnb even though I use Price Labs, huh?
Yeah, you can. And what that does for you, that's really, really good, is it gives you strike through pricing. And strike through pricing gives you preferential treatment. And it definitely will bring you up in the algorithm.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, so let's see what else you can do. And I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Hi, Deborah, I see you. There's a weird thing on my screen here. Oh, it just went away. Yes, all of a sudden. Okay. All right, I am going to share my screen. All right, so for those who are probably wondering what I was talking about, so when you go into insights, the first tab for performance is opportunities. And as you can see, mine is at 20%, right? Similar to what Debbie's at. Yesterday, it was at 11%. So I'm never at 100% completed or 0%, but you want to always go in here because here's the deal. Airbnb is telling you a story of what's important to them, right? If they're asking you to complete some things, complete as much as you can. That is reasonable. Like, we're not big instant bookers, right? But we are going to kind of bypass this or take a look at the properties where instant book makes sense for us and we may consider it. So this one, provide basics for cooking. So that's new, right? I didn't realize that that was missing. Okay. So that helps. You see 19%. So those are some of the things that you can do. Allow pets in your space. We can allow it here, but we're not going to allow it there. That's a property I'm managing for someone. Add a crib. Let's see. Yep, we do. We do have a crib for all of those spaces. We have a couple cribs that we swap out. So does that make sense? Those are low-hanging fruit. And like I said, you're never going to get to 100%, I don't think. If you can, by all means, go for it. But definitely look to like welcome guests for short stays. So what does that mean? One night minimum? I'm not a huge fan of one night minimums, so that's something that I'm probably going to bypass as well. Offer weekly discounts. I thought we're offering them across the board, discounts for, but I guess there were a couple. I'll put 5% where it's missing. There it is. Okay, there was one that was missing somehow. Are you guys still with me? Hello?
I am. I'm
Okay.
doing it as we speak.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So we're making it like a work situation, right? So I do have workspaces and all these. Look, an iron. Are you kidding me? Of course I have an iron, but somehow it got missed. Hair dryer. Yep. Got missed. So these are the things that help. You see, I'm already down at 13%. I'm not complete. There you go. So that's definitely one way to impact your ability to have some visibility for your short-term rental. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, I see Deborah. I'm allowing her to speak. Hi, Deborah, how are you? If you're speaking, Deborah, I can't hear you. You might be multitasking, which is all good. Hey, okay. All right, so let me see. So as far as, oh, Deborah's gone. Let's see. All right. Oh, Deborah's back. Strange. I think there's something glitching. Okay. So Debbie, have you started collecting emails for your guests?
I have. That is my like next to do thing, is to email all my next guests, but I'm having trouble starting that email.
Starting it? What do you mean?
I don't know, just writing them.
Gotcha.
So I make things harder than they seem. So I just got to get that first email done.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me ask you this. Let me see. So the email addresses that you have of your previous guests. Well, here's the deal. Are there any current events or anything like that going on?
Probably. There's always something going on in Blue Ridge.
Can you spotlight that in an email? Do you have a direct booking site yet, Debbie?
I do. I just from owner res.
Okay.
And I've gotten some direct bookings.
Okay. That's good.
And I'm constantly on the Facebook groups, the direct booking Facebook groups in Blue Ridge.
Okay. Awesome. So let me see.
I do hear from a lot of other owners, though, how slow it is right now.
Yeah. So you have to kind of do your own kind of guerrilla marketing, right?
Right.
It is slow right now. Oh, here's what I was going to ask you. What is your occupancy for the last 30 days? You're going to see that in insights also. So that's part of your monthly metrics you want to be tracking. If you
Let's
go
see.
to insights.
53% is what it says.
Okay, for the last 30 days, we saw 53%. Okay. And let me look at the market. You're in Morganton, right?
Yes.
Okay, Morganton, Georgia.
I wonder if I had any direct bookings, though. No, just all Airbnb.
Gotcha. So let me share my screen. Can you see my AirDNA?
Yes.
Okay, so for the month of, let's see, February, okay, let's say March, the 50th percentile were at 52%. The 70th percentile occupancy rate were at 74%. And the 90th percentile were at 92%. Let's look at the top properties. How many bedrooms again?
3 bed, 3 bath.
Okay, 5 changes. All right, so let's look at this one. Actually, I want to actually look at it in Data Rabu because I can zoom in a little bit more. Morganton. Not any of these. Do any of these look better than the other? Proximity wise?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just go to Morganton Highway, Morganton, Georgia, and see. So one of my biggest strategies is to identify the most highly occupied property that is similar. So there's this one was 80% occupied over the next 30 days. So over the next 30 days. So this is, instead of past casting, this is a forward casting. So in the next 30 days, this particular property is 87% occupied.
Look at that average daily rate though, 153.
Yeah, that is, well, I don't know if it's high or low, depending on what kind of property it is. What is your average daily rate?
Well, my low is 230 right now. And that's the lowest we've ever had it. And we've got what's the other number called that you set in Price Labs? The
max, or
not the max, but the
base?
The base is at
Okay.
300 or so.
300. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the price is low, but let's take a look at the property. See, it's like a little cottage. I don't think this is a comp for you though, right? Because yours is a whole house and this looks more like a cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that, but let's look at the listing. Okay, Superhost status. Let's see. So 210 a night is where they're at around peak season. They're staying pretty fully booked here. And so let's take a look. Okay. Storybook cottage, community with a golf cart, hotel amenities. I don't know, they're doing a really good job of marketing it, but I feel as though your property has more to offer for sure. But they've done a phenomenal job marketing it. I mean, the pictures are bright, they're airy, they're interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just
yes.
very, very welcoming. Look at this. This is a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. It looks like Little Red Riding Hood, and then the golf cart to boot. So they did a phenomenal job with marketing it. So there are two levers to pull, right? So when we're in slow season, unfortunately, one of the levers that we do pull is a pricing lever. When we're in slow season, the pricing lever is going to help increase your occupancy. When you're in slow season, the goal is to get some occupancy. You don't have to go like rock bottom or anything like that, but the goal is to get some occupancy, even if it's like decreasing, you know, by $2 a day to get to a point that you're comfortable. But definitely occupancy is the goal. When we're in peak season, the goal is to increase your dollars, right? I want to get the most out of this peak season. So the goal is not necessarily occupancy, where it's two levers we're pulling. Slow season, we're pulling the occupancy lever. We need someone in here. But peak season, we really don't care about occupancy. We care more so about the dollars. And so we want to pull that lever till it gets to be at the top. But this is definitely what I would do. I would go through these listings when you get a sec. The next one is at 63%, and it is quite low. But again, I'm not telling you to lower yours, but take a look and see if there's anything in these listings that you can extrapolate. Anything in the copy. That's cute. Rustic flare. A little bit of a longer copy. I don't know how long your copy is for the description. Do you have a pretty long description?
I do. I described the space pretty well.
Okay. Is it readable and bulleted?
I believe it is bulleted. I like bullets.
Okay, good, good. And not to belabor it, the reason is that there's there's a very important metric, and it's one of the top metrics called the time on page metric that gives you favor. So if I'm in here reading and and I stay in here, Airbnb is going to award the listing points because it means that the host took the time to really pour in. But if I do this, if I go like this and it's like a whole hot trash mess, because I'm a reader, but it's weird. Like, so if it's not like, well, put together, or if it's just, I've seen one sentencers, and that's it. And I just go in and I was like, oh, there's nothing here. I go out. Airbnb will not favor the listing. So it's called the time on page metric. And to be a winner there, you want to write to your heart's desire. I'm talking about, in like bullets, how far you are from 7 major things, just make it really, really detailed. So that the individual, once they see the pictures, they love the pictures. So the next thing they want to know is, okay, so where are the beds included? If you could bullet like some of the highlights, like a sizzle reel, and then where the beds are included, like this is okay for sure. But they're, could be a little bit better. So I just wanted to add that too. And that helps with visibility. What else can we look at? Let me think. And we said we didn't know where you were in terms of page ranking, right?
No, I was on what is that site called? But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not on that anymore. I feel like I'm ranking pretty well on Airbnb because that's where all my listings are from.
Okay, awesome. So I just looked it up on incognito.
Yeah, we're not at the lake area. We're above that highway.
Okay. I didn't even open the map. It just opened on its own. I needed to. Okay. Do you see you yet?
You see where it says Mineral Bluff?
Uh-huh.
We're closer to that.
Okay. So I'm scrolling.
Over by the 133. Close to that.
Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing you on page 1, I don't think. I'm just kind of testing to see.
Oh, I see.
Whether or not. I don't see you.
Yeah, that's a really big search area. That's got all of Blue Ridge and Cherry log in there too.
Yeah, so what I did was I went to Morganton, Georgia, and I just searched that way. How would an individual search, you think? Like that, or?
Yeah.
Is this it?
No.
No, okay.
It's got the 4 pictures on the front page.
The hero, okay.
Yeah. Where am I?
I don't see you. I'm on incognito. I don't see you. If I don't see you, I can't book you.
Why would it have only 2 pages of listings? Yeah, that's weird.
Morganton, Georgia, right? Search. That's all I did. 27 stays in Morganton, Georgia.
You must have something in there that makes it limited.
So here's what I did. I went into incognito. Let's do it again, right? Airbnb. You see, I'm not even logged in. Become a host. Morganton, Georgia. Search.
Oh, I've got only 27 stays too. Why is that?
You got 27 stays too, right?
Yeah, and I'm not putting any amount of guests in there.
I didn't put anything. I left it wide open. So if you're not found, you can't be booked. So let's try to search for Blue Ridge, Georgia. Blue Ridge. Now that's going to give us a whole lot, right? 300 plus stays. I don't see you, Debbie. And you know I'm not going to page 2 or 3 to look for a listing. So
okay, when I put my number of guests in, I put 9 guests. I get 84 stays in Morganton.
What? Okay. Morganton, Georgia. I'll put 7 guests. All right. So are you showing up with 9 guests?
I'm showing up on page 2, the second from the top.
Okay. I get 149 stays in Morganton with 7 guests.
That makes sense.
Okay. At least you're showing up on page 2. About 4 guests. Why would I only have 25 stays with 4 guests? Interesting. Yeah. I think we might have a visibility issue. But here's the deal. These 2 that I found on Rabu, do you notice something?
Yep, they're on the top.
They're on the top. They're the most booked properties, right? These 2. Okay. So I would suggest something kind of unconventional. Not that it's going to work, but here's what I would do. I would drop my price one random day. Just one day. Try this and let me know if it helps at all. I'm just kind of riffing here. Let's say May the 9th. Drop it one day to
in Price Labs.
I would drop it in Price Labs. Yes.
Okay.
And there's a way to do it there. Drop it one day to say $90, just one day.
$90 did it.
Okay. And let's just let that breathe and let it marinate and see if it doesn't help. I know we just did 3 things. We updated your opportunities, right? I felt like we did another thing. But so we updated your opportunities. We dropped it to $90 one day. Journal that. Today's the 26th. Journal that. And let's see.
All right, I will do.
Okay. But visibility is key. So I definitely want you showing up on page 1.
There's got to be a problem in there, because if you have 4 guests, all the cabins 4 and higher should be showing up, not just 25.
Yeah, but here's what they're doing. I think they're ranking. Well, here's the deal. What is your most frequent guest count?
Oh, goodness. Anywhere between 5 and 8, maybe.
Gotcha. Are you still seeing my screen with the Airbnb?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. There was a editions. Okay, if you're still in the app, go to conversion real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay, conversion.
Go to wish list additions.
Wish list additions. Okay.
What's your average wish list additions? What did it say?
16.
16. Okay. Let's see.
What does that mean?
That means in the last 30 days, 16 people added your property to their wish list, which is a good thing.
Okay.
Views. Okay, go right above that to views.
Views. Okay, average page view 746. Average first page search impressions 3641.
Okay.
Is that good?
It sounds good, but you're going to want to compare it to yourself in the last 30 days. So if you go up to the right under page views where it provides you the date range, try it for 30 days ago and see what that looks like. Do you have something to compare it with?
Okay, so 30 days ago it was 567 and 2550. So it's gone up.
It's gone up. So the good thing is that number is high, but the bad thing is if it's gone up and they didn't click and book, you see how it's kind of a double-edged sword. So yes, you want it to go up, but if your occupancy, if they didn't make that move to book it, we got to figure out why, kind of, and troubleshoot that way. Does that kind of make sense? So what is your booking lead time? It should still be under conversions.
Lead time. 7 days.
Okay, so you have a narrow booking window, meaning it's the number of days pretty much.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Okay. Okay, now go up to booking conversions. What is that? And I know Michelle is listening, so I'll just say what it is. So booking lead time is the average number of days between when the guest books the property to the day they check in and set foot on the property. So for instance, today is Tuesday. I may think, you know what, I want to go to Blue Ridge, to Morganton area next Tuesday. So booking lead time is 7 days. Whereas in some markets, people plan like 60 days in advance, 90 days in advance, 6 months in advance. for certain markets. So what's your booking conversions looking like?
The first number is 0.37.
Okay.
Doesn't sound high.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible either. What is the second number? The first page?
35.3.
Okay. The next one.
20.49.
And then the last one.
1.81.
Okay. So let's see here. What was the first number again? 0.3 something?
0.37. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not terrible, but I would say that around 0.5 to 0.6 is where you would yield an occupancy around the 70th percent is where I have seen that number land, if that makes sense.
0.5 to 0.6.
Like 0.58. So the properties that we manage that are at like 70% occupancy, and I like to keep my occupancy around 70%. I don't like to go much higher. The overall conversion rate is usually 0.58, 0.59 ish.
Okay, that's good to know.
So definitely we may want to look at, I know you've had your picture, the collage, and I haven't looked at your listing in a while, but you may want to look at updating or moving around the photos, which I'm sure you do, right, Debbie?
I do.
Okay.
Almost daily. I mean, that's my goal, is to do it daily, but I don't always get to it.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick peek again. You said when you search for 9 guests, you were on page 1?
Page 2.
Page 2? Okay. So let me take a quick peek here and I will share again. And then I'll jump into market. So, okay, I'm looking on page 2. Oh, page 1 rather. Morganton, 9 guests, search.
There we are.
Yay. Oh, what's this? Where's my phone? What's that, right? I just grabbed my phone. Not doing anything. Okay. But it makes me want to click scan for.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, there it is. Ah, he's got the Matterport.
What is it for?
He's got the Matterport. I'll show you.
Oh.
Where you can walk through the whole house.
Right, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Interesting. Well, but yeah, so I know we pulled some levers. I really think what we did today would help some, but keep me posted. And if you need any additional suggestions, of course, there's about 150 things we can do to keep pulling those levers. I will look for an email for you. I think I have like a fully loaded one that may not be of great use, but you'll be able to find something in there that you can pull out and extrapolate. Like featured, I would call it like a featured property email. Featured property.
Okay, that would be so helpful.
Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, let me create it like an SOP. Yeah, this will be my email marketing SOP. Get 10% off. Here's an example of one we did. Travel dates until such and such, spend your vacation in this cozy home in the Pocono area. And of course, we included like a collage of photos, your top photos, and then the name of the listing. You want to add the links, but this is just an example. So add your links. Let's see here. I'm not a big fan of this color or anything like that. So I will share this with you. There it is right there. Why can't I? Ah, there it is. Okay. Email marketing SOP. Boom. We have an SOP for email marketing. Debbie, there you go. Is this email still okay?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that'll give you a starting point, right?
Yes, I just need to get started.
Mm-hmm. And then you can add your own flavor and spice to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I just emailed it to you as well. There. Okay. I got distracted, guys. You know, I have to troubleshoot before I can do anything else. But I do want to share something with you guys. So guess what? My top 75 US cities for 2022 is officially here. So some things have changed. As you all know, I love to run numbers and all of that jazz. So this time, since we're having a lot of issues with downloading, this time, the 2022 top 75 US cities with the highest profitability for short-term rental investing is going to be a Google sheet as opposed to an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so bear with me a moment. Once you get access to it, and the way you would get access is by going to 75gems.com. Give that a try for me, please, pretty please. And we're still linking up a video to explain how to look at and interpret the data, because things have changed. Okay, so this is the link. Once you get there, instead of requesting access, do not request access. Instead, make a copy for yourself. And once you've made a copy, the list is actually on the second tab, as you can see here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the anatomy and physiology of this sheet, because that's going to be really, really important. And I'm sure you can tell some things are different. And I'm going to go all in to explain to you why we made a big change with this sheet. The first column are your cities. What's great about this column is that all the links, all the cities are linkable, and they will point you to the air DNA information. So you will see the active number of rentals in that area. You will see just basic information, average daily rate, occupancy, and so on and so forth. So that is the first column. The second column is your state. The third column are your active number of listings. Okay. And so remember, when we provided the last sheet, one thing that stayed the same is the color coordination. And we do have it all coordinated based on the number of listings. So if it's in green, it is a larger market. Larger markets have 1,000 or more short-term rentals. Medium markets have 100 to 1,000 short-term rentals, and small markets have less than 100 short-term rentals. Okay, so that's what the color coordination indicates here. That's what column C indicates here. And also that's what column J indicates here. Large market, medium market, small market. All right, the next thing is the revenue potential. And so, of course, I have notes for you. So revenue potential, as defined, is the average annual revenue potential for the top full-time short-term rentals. The number is calculated based on revenue averages from the last 12 months. Okay, so again, the top short-term rental. Oh, and by the way, did you see this 30,000 something in Kissimmee, Florida? Isn't that something? Look at this. And I bet it's gone up. Okay, it's still there. Good. That's how fresh this is, y'all. That is how fresh this is. Hot off the press. All right, so the revenue potential, awesome sauce. Home values, I want to come back to home values, and I want to come back to gross revenue. Let's move on to rental demand. And as notated here, using a combination of the annual occupancy and the growth rate, it pretty much tells us how in demand that market is as compared to the top 2,000 short-term rental markets. Okay. Revenue growth, change in year over year for the properties that receive bookings in both time periods. Okay, so is there growth? They calculated it by measuring the top, by comparing it again to the top 2,000 Airbnb markets. Investability, that is going to be a combination of things. We're combining the zip codes of all of the properties, the revenue that they generate, as well as the average home prices on Zillow. That is the biggest change, guys. Average home prices on Zillow. I am no longer providing the link for the average home prices on Zillow. That information became flawed very, very quickly, because here's the deal. If you look at the average home prices on Zillow, for instance, in Kissimmee, Florida, you're going to see it somewhere around $400,000, right? But the properties that are short-term rentable are performing at this level are about 1.4 million. Similarly, Navarre, Florida, if you look at the average home prices, half of Navarre, more than half of Navarre is not short-term rentable. The portions that are short-term rentable and the portions that have properties that are on the short-term rental market are valued at about $802,000. Same thing with Gulf Shores, Alabama. And this honestly, to be honest, Gulf Shores, Alabama was my aha moment, right? Everyone was scooping up properties in Gulf Shores, and I'm looking at the average home prices. Hang on. And I want to show you a little bit of the working sheet here, just to show you the level to which, okay, how insane. So let's take a look here. I want to show you what I mean. Where is Gulf Shores? Okay, here's Gulf Shores, guys. What I provided last year for 2021 was this average home price here on Zillow. Okay. And I do have a hard stop, but I just really need to make sure you all understand, because you're going to see some numbers and wonder, well, why is it this much? Look, guys, look at this average home price in Gulf Shores. I'm here thinking, why can't we all figure out a way to get into Gulf Shores? The average home price of Gulf Shores is quite cost effective. But every time I go in there, the only properties that are available, right, are in the millions, or 800,000 or 900,000. That is nowhere near this 415. Well, here's the deal. When you look, there's a Highway 98, right? So when you go all in, everything below that particular interstate, and don't quote me, maybe Highway 98 or Highway 30, but everything below that interstate is short-term rentable. All of this stuff up here is not. And that's a gross example, of course, fact check me. So the parts that are short-term rentable, we're at 1.5 million. So this 400,000, like huge, huge, huge flaw. Okay. So I know I have to run, but I want to make sure does that make sense to you all?
Yes.
That makes sense, right? I know, Debbie, you've been shopping. So you're probably like, yeah, I'm going through this. I can't find anything. And everyone's talking about go to Gulf Shore. It's only 415K. And so was I, Debbie. So was I. But when I was like, wait a minute, where's my 415K home? Where is it? And I said, wait a minute, we have to take a step back and figure out what's going on here. And that's what's going on. So the homes that are short-term rentable, I had to purchase another set of data to find out what were those homes valued at. So, yeah. So
Rachel, just so I understand, you're saying that 415 number comes from a holistic analysis of properties in Gulf Shores. It does not segregate out what's actually in the zone that can be short-term rentable.
Correct.
Oh.
Because Zillow, right? Zillow's for first-time home buyers, is for everybody.
Sure.
So it is not going to stratify or segment it out for you. No, ma'am.
Wow, that is crazy.
Is your mind blown?
Mine is blown.
Okay. So let's continue the conversation. I'm going to have to talk about it one of these nights on my live, because I do want to go through the ROI. So I'm living here, guys. I'm looking for 30%. I will leave you with that, but I do have to run. They're waiting for me on this other call. I hope this was helpful. Rachel. You're welcome.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Miss Rachel. Appreciate you. I'll catch you in next time.
Appreciate you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.